Welcome back to the 2 Point Show, where we give you the latest sports rundown. We are your hosts, Gideon and Joey, breaking down stories, giving hot takes, and interviewing athletes around the world. From buzzer beaters to bold predictions, we will give you fresh analysis, real opinions, and some fun arguments along the way. So whether you're tuning in on your drive, in the gym, or simply on your couch, get ready for a good one. This is the 2 Point Show. What's up, everyone? We have a big-time show today with a women athlete. I'd like to say she's one of the greatest volleyball players in the country right now with Nebraska. We have Campbell Flynn on the podcast today. Campbell, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Campbell, funny story for you guys. Campbell, we went to middle school and elementary school together, and we were always kind of close back in the day, and I played basketball with her little brother at Adams, so yeah, kind of a small world. It kind of popped into my head. I was like, oh my goodness, I should probably reach out to Campbell for an episode.
Shout out Cannon, by the way. Shout out Cannon.
Yep, shout out Cannon.
So yeah, Campbell is a setter for the Nebraska volleyball team. She builds her identity by competing, learning, and pushing herself. So, from early club years to becoming one of the newest faces of the Nebraska volleyball team, she's carried the same work ethic, throughout all the respected programs in the country. And today we're diving into her path with the moments she's had, obviously throughout her career, and what she aims to accomplish, let's say, in her career. So, yeah.
Very cool. So, Campbell, opening question. I just want to ask you, before we dive into the season and everything happening with Nebraska, what is the biggest moment or experience in your life that made you fall in love with volleyball and you realize that the sport is going to be a major part of your life or your future?
Yeah, so growing up, I loved basketball. Basketball was my thing. But I slowly started getting to volleyball because of my sister and my mom, because she used to be a coach. And I started really just toning into volleyball, and I was like, okay, I can really see myself playing this, and it's really fun. I got to play with my sister, and I met so many amazing people when I was younger that I still can keep in contact today. So I think just there wasn't a specific moment for me, but there were just tons of instances where I was like, oh my gosh, I can see myself playing in the future.
So, yeah, and your sister, I believe, she also played Division I volleyball. Is that correct?
Yes, she played at Kent State for a year.
What I thought. Okay, very cool. Nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about, your family. How is your family, your parents, your siblings, how have they kind of shaped your career so far?
Yeah, my parents sacrificed a lot for me. They paid for club, which club volleyball is really expensive. Just flying everywhere and getting food at the different places. It's definitely a lot, but we're a big sports family. My sister played volleyball. My brother's playing basketball right now, and obviously I'm playing volleyball. And my mom played volleyball at college. Bowling Green University she went to, and my dad played basketball growing up, so we're just a big sports family. So ever since I was young, I played a lot of sports, and I just fell in love with them.
Campbell, I have a funny story for you. So I remember
Gosh.
I went to an Adams game this probably about a month or two ago, and I so happened I was sitting next to, I think it was your mom, and then just a couple other parents from Adams. And I remember your mom is watching the game, Cannon's playing, whatever. And I asked your mom, I was like, "Where's your dad? Where's Mr. Flynn?" And she points on the other side of the bleachers, and she goes, "I can't watch games with him."
Yeah, they literally can't sit with each other. My dad needs to be away from everyone. It's so funny.
That's hilarious. So, when did you realize you were kind of ready to go when you were gonna really play Division I volleyball?
Yeah, I made a decision 8th grade year where I was like, okay, I have to tone in on one sport, because I feel like a lot of people have to do that nowadays because of club in high school. It's just a lot. So I picked volleyball, and I was like, okay, I can see myself playing volleyball more in college. Um, and it just went from there.
Cool.
Yeah. So tell us a little about your Gatorade National Player of the Year. When you first found out the call or whatever how you got the news. What was going through your head when you first heard that news?
I was surprised, definitely, because it was a surprise. And I walked into the doors and I had a little bit of a feeling that I was gonna get it, just because my friends, we had a sleepover the night before and they were like, you have to get your makeup on and you have to wear your hair down. And I was
Oh,
like,
jeez.
why? I never wear anything to school. So I was a little confused and I was kind of questioning it, like maybe I did, but that was just a small inkling because I did not think that I was gonna get it. So it was definitely shocking seeing April Ross give me the trophy and just all my friends and family and club teammates there. It was really special.
So at the sleepover, did they know that you had already like
Yes.
won? Okay, so they were like
Yeah.
kind of like joking around
Well,
with you a little bit.
everyone that was supposed to be that was at the surprise, they knew for like a week. And so they
Okay.
had to keep it a secret for a week. And
Jeez.
yeah. And so my friends, they had me like fake tan before and everything, which I was a little confused about, but obviously they just wanted me to look good so that I when I got surprised and all the cameras were on me, I looked decent.
I'm surprised you didn't like catch on with like all the
I
things they were
know.
doing.
I know.
So what made Nebraska feel like the right place for you with the recruitment process and just leading up to college? Tell us.
I always liked Nebraska. It was always one of my dream schools just because I watched them growing up and they were always such a powerhouse. But when they were recruiting Harper, I was in the gym while the assistant coach was recruiting her, and he saw me and he kind of started building a relationship with like my club coach and saying that they were interested and like watching me at games and went by my court. Even at like eighth grade, they were um, Jalen, the assistant coach, was at my court, so they showed interest very early, and I think that really helped me just feel comfortable with them when I could start talking to them, um, which was my 16th year. So yeah, it felt like home.
Tell us a little bit about the differences. Obviously, there's a time change in Nebraska from Michigan. Tell us a little bit about what you've kind of experienced in the student athlete life.
Yeah, being a student athlete is definitely difficult, especially when you just want to be the athlete and you don't want to be the student. But it's I feel like it's a lot easier here than say like Michigan or somewhere else that is very distracting in other areas. I feel like it's very chill here and you really just focus on being a student and an athlete. And there's stuff to do, but there's not a crazy amount of things to do here. So I think that really helps just have more of a simple kind of homework, volleyball. You can do an activity, but you don't have to go crazy.
So Campbell, what's something about the program or community of Nebraska that almost surprised you when you first got to the campus?
I knew that Husker fans were just loved Nebraska volleyball and just all the athletics, but when I got here and I saw all the people in the stands, I couldn't believe it. And even just in season when people were traveling, like so many people went to USC, so many people went to UCLA, like it was always packed and Nebraska fans travel so well and I think that kind of surprised me a little bit even though it shouldn't be surprising cuz everyone says that, but just really experiencing it made me think of how Nebraska fans are so awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy, especially going like all the way to California. Wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
very cool.
Yes. Tell us, were there any other schools that I mean, you said you wanted to play for Nebraska growing up. Were there any other schools that, did you have like a top three, a top five? Just tell us some other schools you were interested in.
Yeah, my recruiting process, I had um a lot of schools that was interested in, but when I started to go closer to June 16th or June 15th, I forget which one it is anymore. It feels like so long ago. But the day that could talk to coaches, I tried to narrow my schools down, and I really just focused on Nebraska and Texas as my top two because I loved both the schools, so it was really hard to choose. But um, yeah, I made like a top 20, then a top 10, then a top 5, and then a top 2. And so yeah, I just really talked to those schools, but was blessed to have so many schools that I could choose from.
Did you have any like were they other like Big Ten schools, SEC? I'm a little curious.
I was really interested. My top 5, I think, was Nebraska, Texas, Pitt. I don't
Wide
know.
variety.
Yeah, it's like all over, but um, yeah, I really liked Nebraska, Texas, and Pitt as my top, and
Cool.
yeah.
So, Campbell, training and mindset preparing for volleyball. Obviously, Gideon and I we played basketball, and we would say we'd like to think basketball is our strength. So we're trying to learn as well as asking this question. So, what does a typical like volleyball training look like for you, and how is training for volleyball like different than any other sport?
I feel like volleyball, it's very specific to what position you are. I mean, you have to play and know how to play every position, but especially at a high level. But I think that you really have to tone into your specific position. And there's so basically, you warm up, for us at least, you warm up and you do a little warm up drills. And then usually there's some time where everyone works on defense together, or we play defense against the boys, which, like, our GAs, they um, played volleyball in college, so they know how to, they're really good. So we usually play against them doing defense, and then we separate usually with our groups like liberos slash GSs. They go and do defense or serve receive, and then hitters, they split the right sides and the outsides, and they hit and they sometimes serve receive too, and block. And then setters usually do their own thing, and that's for about like 20-30 minutes, and then we play a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for like pregame, how long do you guys like essentially like get ready for like a match?
We do an hour, and we always
Okay.
have a strict like routine. Um, we serve, receive, we serve, and then we go through rotations, and that probably takes about like 45 minutes to an hour, and then we have pre-match, and then we get to relax for a few hours, and then we get ready for the game again.
Cool.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, what your off season's like, and do you train with, like you said, you hit with the GAs, and do you train with them, and what kind of, skill are you looking to add into your arsenal of, yeah,
Yeah,
your arsenal, I don't know.
well, off season is right now, at least. Obviously, we're playing beach, and we still do indoor, but we do indoor like once a week all together. But you can go indoor with anyone. You can text the GAs, or you can text the coaches and be like, "Hey, I want to go in and practice." So then you can do one-on-ones, or whoever wants to go, they can go. Um, and so that's off season. And what I want to add, I just want to get more. Um, I want to be a better all-around player. Like, I am pretty good at setting, but I struggled little bit last year on defense, and I never really worked on defense as much as setting. So I think I really need to work on that, and just my overall game, like blocking and defense.
Gotcha.
So, how do you mentally reset after a tough match, or even like after like a tough point when you lose a point and you're a little down after that point? Just it's like a quick 30 seconds. You kind of have to like okay, like get it out of your brain real quick. Just how do you kind of reset after those moments? It could be after a match or like a tough quick play.
Yeah. After a tough quick play, Normally we just go in the huddle and we just either take a breath, especially because there's so many people around us that you just need to relax. So we take a breath. Someone usually says something like, "We're good. We're gonna get the next one. We're good," and then we just reset and just forget about that point.
And then what about like maybe the day or two after a game or a match? Excuse me.
Um, well, I don't want to sound cocky, but we didn't really lose until the Sweet 16. So,
Okay, that's fair enough.
and that after that it was rough because we didn't have any games after that, so it just was lingering.
What about maybe? How about go back to like maybe high school or club?
Okay. Um, uh, after a tough match, honestly, we would just next day reset, talk about what we could do better, but also talk about our strengths and what we did good in that game, and learn from them and learn from the mistakes and yeah, go from there.
Cool.
What's one skill or leadership trait that you've kind of learned from, the upperclassmen from the Nebraska program?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I've learned that there's different ways you can be a leader, and it just depends on your personality. Like some people are more laid back, and some people kind of are laid back, and they can show you leadership on how they play, and then others are very vocal. So, I don't know. I just feel like I've seen the different ways, and I've tried to. I feel like I'm still trying to find which way I fit in. So, yeah.
So Campbell, sorry, I just need to look at my phone for this one real quick. So Nebraska plays in, I would like to say, high pressure environments. You know, you guys are probably arguably one of the teams that everyone's looking to beat. Just did you embrace the pressure, or did you like kind of like stay away from it a little bit?
As a team, we definitely embraced the pressure, um, but also we didn't really think about it. We thought about it's just another game. Like we didn't really think about our record. We were just like, okay, it's just another game. We got this. Just play like we know how we can play, and we'll be good.
What made this Nebraska team this year, or I guess last year, so special? Like, was there a bond you guys had, or yeah, just tell us a little bit about that.
I feel like we were just stacked in all positions. Like if someone wasn't doing well, then they would just go to the next person, but also everyone was just no one was selfish on the team. They were happy for everyone else's success, even if it was their own position. And I think that really helped us build close bonds even with our positions. And we were very close.
So you guys lost to Texas Tech, I believe. Is that correct in the Sweet 16?
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Oh, I was close. So, just how do you look to bounce back after going undefeated all year and then losing in the Sweet 16 and getting upsetted like that?
Yeah, we were all very upset, but um, nothing was going our way. Like Bergen's our other setter. She was just completely sick and throwing up after the game, and
Right.
she
Oh,
yeah, she was down, but she obviously played really really good and the best she could with the position she was in because she was deathly ill. And then um Allie was the other right side. She fell down, twisted her ankle literally with 10 seconds to go in the warm-ups.
oh
So
my goodness.
she was down. I was out with a pinky injury. And then who else? It was just nothing was going our way at all.
Gee.
And so we were really upset, but there was also a point where it was like, what are you gonna do? It this is just
Right.
a one in a million thing. Um, and kudos to Texas A&M. They played so good. Like they are really really good, and they deserved everything.
Yeah,
But
they won it all.
yeah, they were really really good,
Wow.
and they scouted us really well. So, um, yeah, it was definitely heartbreaking, but at the same time, you're like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah. Uh, talk about, the chemistry you have to build. You're a setter, so tell us a little bit about the chemistry, the reps you guys have to put in with, outside hitters and inside hitters. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's just consistency. Like every practice, we get in, we set our hitters, and we make sure that they're communicating with us, being like higher, lower, faster, um, hanging up a little bit, and that really just helps us focus on getting the best set possible to them, and just a bunch of reps and practicing with them, and communication is really key to help build the bonds.
So, favorite venue or like arena you've ever played at?
Oh gosh.
And it can't be
I
Nebraska because you always
Oh,
say
I was just gonna say that.
that.
I personally would say Nebraska because it's just such a great atmosphere. But I don't know. I feel like this isn't. I personally really liked Rutgers just because they have this weird like triangle shape at the top and it goes up this way. I don't know. The bleachers were kind of cool, and the band was huge and really fun. And I don't know. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
let's hear about your SB, spiel. What was that like? I mean, that's got to be just unreal.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
amazing. It was so fun. And everyone else that was with me, the 2025 like soccer, softball, everyone was just so sweet. Um, and it was so fun. I got to meet so many cool people and see so many cool people, and to just even go on the red carpet for the ESPYs and see all the amazing athletes. And like I saw Drewski and I saw so many people that I was like sending videos to my brother, like, oh my gosh, this is him. And it was so fun. Like one of the
So,
top experiences I've ever had.
so who was like the best person you'd say you like shook their hand or like had a conversation with or like you met basically?
Oh, do you know Riley Arnold?
Yes.
I think
You
so,
do?
yeah.
Yes.
She's on Dancing with the Stars, and I saw her with her boyfriend and also Ryder
Yes.
Ryder Lions. Yeah.
Cool.
I saw them on the red carpet and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love you." And she just smiled and laughed. Um
That's hilarious.
who else? Oh my gosh, there were so many. I saw Jersky. I saw him. And
That guy's hilarious.
yeah, he's everywhere now. Like
I
every
know.
ad
Yeah.
and so many award shows. But yeah, so many crazy, amazing people.
How do you prepare for like going to the ESPYs? That's like nothing like you've never prepared for ever. Like I would know how to do that. How do you prepare for that?
I honestly didn't. I was just super excited, and they had everything there. Like you picked out your dress and picked out your clothes and shoes, and you got to keep them, which was really cool. I felt so bougie, and it was they did your makeup, and they gave you so much gear, and
Oh,
you got to go
did
to
like your
different
makeup?
events. Yeah, they did my makeup, my
Oh
hair.
my.
Yeah, it was.
I thought you had to do that on your own. That's actually insane.
Nope, they had a.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I felt very, very, um, I don't know, just
Bougie.
bougie. Yes.
All right, we'll get done with the ESPYS talk. We'll get back to the Campbell Flynn show here. So, student athlete life. What would you say is the biggest challenge balancing academics and athletics?
Probably, I don't know, when you're really, really tired after practice or, um, you just came back. I think for in season, it's a lot harder than out of season because in season, like you come back from a place really late and then the next day you have to go to um, class, which is no one really wants to do that.
Right.
Um, but just staying consistent and going to class and having to study when you don't really want to study or all you want to do is relax, but you have homework after a long day. And I think that's the hardest, just to stay consistent in your schoolwork.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about like the recovery aspect. Like, I mean, Joey kind of said it, the struggle of being a student athlete, but like, do you do anything to your, I don't know, your body, or do you rest, or tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have off days, which off season it's different than in season. Off season, we we have Saturday and Sunday off, which is we have the weekends off, which is so fun. Like last weekend I literally went home because we had Saturday, Sunday, Monday off because of
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
President's Day, maybe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was so nice getting to go home and see my family and friends, and just having the weekends off is such a blessing. And we in season, we have one day off, which is usually the day after a match, unless
Okay.
we play back to back on weekends, and then we have it the day after. But it kind of sucks sometimes because your off day is on like a Monday or Tuesday or the weekday, and you still have to go to class, you still have to go to recovery, and it kind of isn't really an off day. But when you get the off days on like a Saturday or Sunday, it's the best.
So how does your schedule then look for like summertime compared to like in season?
Summertime is really nice. That's when we do camps, and we have to wake up early, like 6 or 7 a.m. workouts. I think it's 7 a.m., but it's 7 a.m. workouts, and which sometimes is hard to wake up because we have to go eat before. But once we get that done, it's like not even 10, and we get to do whatever we want. And well, sometimes it depends on if we have open gym or not. But
Yeah.
if we don't have open gym, if we don't have open gym, then we're done and we have either camps. But usually we do have open gym, so we go to lift and then we go to open gym, and but then we're done by like 11 or 12. So then we have all day to either do your summer classes or just tan and relax. So I think summer is it's so fun.
So, where was I going with this? So, okay, so Campbell Flynn, game day. You're going up against, let's just say you're going against, we'll say Michigan State, because I'm a Michigan State guy. So,
Mm,
you're like a Big Ten school. Game day.
yeah.
Just walk us through your day on a game day.
Is it on a weekend or a weekday?
We'll say weekday.
Okay. Depending on what days my classes are and what times they are, um, if it's a night game, then I go to all my classes. I wake up, we have open hour lift, which lift in season is not crazy. It's just to get your body going.
Hmm.
But so wake up, go to lift, then go to breakfast, then go to class, usually at like 12 or whenever I have class, and then go to the gym. We have our pre warm up practice, which it's like an hour, and then we have pre match, and then we have like through. It depends on what time the actual game is, but we have a good chunk of time to just relax. Like me, T, Laney, and Harper go get Seven Brew and Starbucks, and that's like our game day ritual. Um,
Okay.
and so we go do that, and then we come back. Usually have a little time to relax, but then we get taped, um, and then we get ready for the game, and then we go out for warm ups.
I was gonna ask what the pregame meal is, but we got our answer at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's our drink of choice. I get the pink drink. Harper gets the matcha lemonade. She has like a little matcha lemonade, and then T and Lainey get a surprise drink from Seven Brew, and they just get a
No
surprise. But
food?
no, pre-match, we have pre-match, which is
Oh,
that's after
okay.
the drinks are after pre-match, and pre-match
Okay.
is like either some type of protein. We always have chicken noodle soup. That's like our ritual too, and chocolate pudding. And yeah, it's very specific, but it's so good. I have
Okay.
both. I and then definitely some rolls and sometimes spaghetti and salad.
So like, what would you do if you like couldn't get your pudding before a game? Would it throw you off?
That wouldn't happen. Like even
Okay.
that just does not happen because it's been a tradition I think for so long, and also even in away games, like they make sure that we have chocolate pudding and chicken noodle soup. So
That's hilarious.
it's very essential for us.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
sounds
Wow.
like it. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your long-term volleyball goals for yourself, after college.
Gosh, if my body's still good and I still want to play, which I probably will, um, I don't know. There's two leagues in the U.S. and they're doing really good, and they just started, but um, I'm excited to see how well they're gonna be when I get graduate and get out of college. So honestly, it just depends on how good they're doing and if I have aspirations to go overseas, which a lot of people go overseas and go to Italy or go to Turkey. My friend's Allie, the one that rolled her ankle, she was a right side last year and she's in Puerto Rico right now and she's loving it. So, either people stay in the US or they go overseas. So it's just, it depends on how well the US ones are doing and also if I have aspirations to go overseas and maybe experience it. So, yeah, just
What are the
depends.
what are the two clubs called in the U.S.?
The first one is Love,
Okay.
and that one, I don't know uh, I don't know who
That's
the
okay.
main person is, but the second one is MLV.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Major League Volleyball, is that what
Yeah.
there we go.
There you go, Joe.
All right. Very cool. So, what's one thing you wish people understand better about college volleyball?
That we're not just athletes, we're just regular people, and sometimes social media can be ruthless and cutthroat, especially for Nebraska. I feel like they just have such a big stage when it comes to social media and being like an influencer and just everyone knowing everything. So, um, I think it's sometimes hard to realize that you're not on you're on a big pedestal for some little kids, but you're not, you're just a regular human being. And I think people sometimes need to realize that because we make mistakes and we're just normal human beings.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
So Campbell, spring break's coming up here, a couple weeks. You got any plans? Where you heading? Where's you going with some of your teammates? You guys going anywhere fun?
We actually are going to Florida, all of us, for a beach tournament.
Wow,
So,
Hmm.
nice.
but I'm basically just gonna sit there and tan the whole time because I'm not playing beach. So
Okay.
it'll be good for me. It'll be just like a nice, easy. I mean, I'm gonna have to work out there and probably get in the gym over there, but um, yeah, I'm there cheering on my teammates, and I think we're renting houses. I think so. We usually go to Hawaii, which
Oh
Hawaii
wow.
was amazing last year and so much fun. But this year we're just going to Florida, which still is really good. But um, our spring break is late. Our spring break's
Hmm.
like later in March. So
Mm.
So,
yeah,
do you like beach volleyball or do you like floor volleyball better?
I like indoor so much better.
Indoor.
But there's a lot of people on our team that really like beach, and then there's others that don't. So just depends. But um, it's a love-hate relationship for me personally.
Tell us the differences between the two. Like, what would you say is like the biggest difference?
Um, I think beach, you have to be good at everything and controlling the ball, and you don't necessarily need to. What we usually have is we're really tall, and then we play against smaller girls, and we're like, oh, we'll be fine. But they honestly kick our butts because they know where to put it, they know how to use their shots, and I think that their shot placement is just so good, and their control of the ball, even outside in the wind, because sometimes the wind can just throw it everywhere. So
Right.
I think they're just really good at shot selections, and they've been playing it for so long, and we haven't. So
Yeah.
it's definitely different than indoor in that aspect.
All right, I got one final question for you, Campbell. So we're going to basketball for this one. 1-on-1 basketball versus your younger brother Cannon. Who's
Oh
coming out on
gosh.
top? A game to 11. Ones and
Well,
twos.
okay, maybe one-on-one, maybe Cannon, but a shooting like threes competition, me.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'd win that. But he's taller than me now, and I shoot around sometimes, but I don't really practice that much, and he obviously practices every day. So, um, I mean, I think it'd be close, but I don't know. It would be hard
Can-
to beat him.
Cannon's a pretty good 3-point shooter, so I'm curious now. You must be able to
Yeah,
shoot it pretty good too.
yeah. Back in the day.
Very funny. All right. Well, that's kind of all I got, everybody. This is Campbell Flynn, Nebraska volleyball setter. Just, Campbell, thank you so much again for coming on. We had a blast.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's it, everyone. We're going to wrap up this episode of the 2-Point Show, and we'll see you guys, I believe, early next week is our plan. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.